Good morning, good morning. Story time again on Wednesday morning. Oh, what a lovely day again. I watched a beautiful sunset this morning. Well, today is a very special day because actually it's my mummy's birthday, which goes well with the story we've got today because, it's all about pirates and in particular a pirate girl. And this story is by a lady called Cornelia Funk, which I think's an incredible name. And this story is not just about pirates, but it's also about a mother's love and just what a mum will do for her child. So I hope you've all been really good for your mums and done all your chores and got out of bed when she asked. But for now, we'll get on with the story. Captain Firebeard was the terror of the high seas. His ship, the horrible Haddock, sailed faster than the wind over the waves. Whenever the horrible Haddock appeared on the horizon, the knees of honest seafaring folk would shake like jelly. That's quite a lot of shaking. Captain Firebeard had a fearsome crew. His helmsman was Morgan O'Meany. His cook was Cutlass Tom. Not forgetting Bill the Bald, Willie Woodenhand, Crooked Carl, and 20 more terrible pirates just like them. When Firebeard's crew boarded a ship, nothing was safe. They stole the silver spoons and the captain's uniform. They stole the ship's figurehead, the pots and pans, the hammocks, and even the sails. And of course, they stole all the casks of rum. They're terrible pirates. But one day, Firebeard robbed a ship that he should have left well alone. On board was a little girl called Molly. Molly was off on holiday to see her granny. Oh no. The pirates leapt aboard with an ear-splitting roar. Roar! Can you roar like a pirate? Roar! Molly tried hiding among the ropes, but Morgan O'Meany soon fished her out. What shall we do with her? He smirked. Take her with us, you fool, bellowed Firebeard. Her parents will pay a handsome ransom for such a little treasure, and if not, then we'll feed her to the sharks. Oh no! You'll be sorry for this, cried Molly. But Morgan O'Meany rolled her up like a herring and tossed her on board the horrible Haddock. When the sun had gone down, Bill the Bald dragged Molly to see the captain. Right, tell me your parents' names and addresses, or else, growled Captain Firebeard. Will not, growled back Molly. If I told you my mother's name, you'd be so scared you'd cry like a baby. At this, all the pirates howled with laughter. So Molly was put to work. She peeled potatoes and cleaned boots. She polished cutlasses, patched sails, and scrubbed the deck. Soon every bone in her body was aching. Poor Molly. 3 times a day, Firebeard asked her, "Name and address." But Molly just smiled. Feed her to the sharks, roared Willie Woodenhand. But Firebeard ground his teeth and said, she'll torque before long. Every night, the pirates had a party. They drank rum, staggered across the deck, danced on the ship's rigging, and bawled out the bawdiest and rudest songs. But Molly had a plan. While the pirates were carousing, she wrote secret messages and popped them into empty bottles. Clever Molly. When the pirates were safely snoring in their bunks, she tossed them into the sea. Molly did this every night. Good girl, Molly. One night, the pirates partied until dawn, but this time they fell asleep on the deck. Molly tiptoed over the tangle of arms and legs and threw her bottle over the ship's rail. Splish, splash, it landed in the deep, wide sea. Hey, what are you doing? What was that? Yelled Morgan O'Meany. The pirates staggered over to the rail. It's a message in a bottle, they cried. Bring it to me, shouted Captain Firebeard. Now! The pirates dived into the bottom of the sea. They scratched and they searched, but Molly's message had bobbed away. Soaking wet, they crawled back onto the deck, cursing. Tell me what you wrote, demanded Captain Firebeard, but Molly just kicked his wooden leg. Firebeard went as red as a lobster. Now it's time to feed her to the sharks, he roared. But a cry from above stopped him. Pirates! Shouted 10-Pint Ted from the crow's nest. Nonsense, scoffed Firebeard. We're the only pirates around here. But he was wrong. A ship with red sails was speeding towards them. A giant black flag with a skull and crossbones fluttered from its mast. Who could it be? Can you guess? Do you know? Yeah? I think I do too. Who in the name of Neptune's beard is that? Stuttered Firebeard. That's my mum, grinned Molly. It's Barbarous Bertha herself, wailed the crew of the horrible haddock. Firebeard went as white as a sheet, and his pirates rolled their eyes in fear. This time it was their knees that were shaking, and Bill the Bald's false teeth almost flew out of his mouth. Ugh. The ship with red sails drew closer and closer. Barbarous Bertha stood at the prow, swinging her cutlass. Oh, my word, she looks incredible. I love her already. And look at her amazing pirate crew. Wow. Wait until she sees my hands, said Molly. They're red and raw from peeling potatoes. That will make my mum maddest of all. Firebeard and his pirates groaned with terror. Soon, Barbarous Bertha was alongside the horrible haddock. Her ferocious crew swung themselves over the rail with a terrible roar. Another terrible roar. Roar! We're here at last, my pirate girl, cried Barbarous Bertha, throwing Molly up high in the air. We got your message, your granny was beginning to wonder where you were. Now, how nasty can we be to these piratical nincompoops? Well, said Molly, that's easy. From that day on, Captain Firebeard and his pirate crew had no time to think about raiding ships. Willie Woodenhand scrubbed the deck. Morgan O'Meany and Cutlass Tom peeled vegetables from morning to night. Captain Firebeard polished Barbarous Bertha's boots 14 times a week. And Molly, well, Molly was finally able to visit her granny. That was a wonderful story. Barbarous Bertha, what an incredible name. She looked amazing. And how fantastic was Molly? She was strong and independent, and she had such brains. Wasn't she brave? And off she went in her ship to visit her granny. I think there's lots of us that wish we could just jump on a ship or an aeroplane or in a car to go and see our grannies. We will soon, very soon. Have a wonderful pirate day. Do lots of lovely things, but always remember to do whatever your mummy asks. Morgan O'Meany, what a meanie he was. But Barbarous Bertha, oh, amazing. I'll see you tomorrow for some more stories. So lovely to see you all there. Morning, Amelia and Laura, how are you? And I'm sure there were other people. Amy was up there as well. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Bye.